In our previous video in this series, I covered 40 facts on the main playable character from the first game, Hinasaki Miku. And so, this week I thought we'd take a look at the main playable character from the second game, Amakura Mio. So, settle in and let's uncover some facts about, well, one of our favourite twins. 1. Amakura Mio was born in 1973. Being that the events of the second game take place in 1988, that makes her 15 as she explores the remains of Minakami Village. For the remake, however, she is aged up to 17, meaning in this version of the game she would have been born in 1971. 2. The kanji for Mio's first name means waterway or channel, but it was undoubtedly picked because it also contains the character for Rei or zero, which is what the series is called in Japanese. 3. The kanji for Mio's last name uses the character for heaven and the character for storehouse. This is actually a fairly uncommon name, with only 370 or so people in the entire country sharing this surname. Families with this name tend to come from the Hiroshima, Fukushima, and Tokyo areas. Being that the Fatal Frame series takes place in the northeast, perhaps her mother's side of the family comes from Fukushima. 4. On that note, Mio is descended from none other than the good Dr. Aso. It's unknown how exactly, as he seems to have descendants everywhere, but Mio's father, Misao, was a descendant of his. So why doesn't Mio have the Aso name? Because when Misao married Mio's mother, Shizu, he took her last name instead, Amakura. This means Mio is also related to Aso Yu from the third game, Aso Misaki from the fourth, and Hojo Ren from the fifth. 5. And of course, Mio has a twin sister, Mayu. Mayu is the older sister, and Mio the younger. This is immediately evident in Japanese, as Mio calls Mayu One-chan, or big sister. In English, however, Mio only refers to Mayu by her name, meaning that some of the shock and significance of the twin ritual in Minakami is lost before the reveal that Hiya, the twin who was born first, is actually considered to be the youngest. 6. Mio's sixth sense is much weaker than her sister's. However, when holding her hand, she's able to glimpse what her sister is seeing. 7. Mio has a bright, bubbly personality, but thanks to the injury that Mayu suffered as a child, the one that Mio blames herself for, she also feels a lot of guilt, and this brings her down. 8. Mio and her sister grew up not too far from Minakami Village. They liked to play in the woods nearby, but after their father went missing there, their mother told them not to go near it. Being kids, they ignored her, but when Mayu had an accident that left her badly injured in the forest, the mother moved them away from the Minakami region to Tokyo. 9. In Japanese, Mio is voiced by Kanda Akemi across all the games she appears in. In English, Kari Wahlgren voices her for Fatal Frame 2, Daphne Alexander voices her for the remake, and her voice actress for 3 remains unknown. 10. While Mio appears in 3 games in the series, 2, 3, and Deep Crimson Butterfly, the remake of 2, you can also find her in the Ghost Camera mode of Spirit Camera, the Cursed Memoir, in the gallery of Super Swing Golf on the Wii, and as a trophy in Super Smash Bros. Recently, she also appeared in Identity V as a costume for the character Perfumer. 11. The PlayStation 2 version of Fatal Frame 2 features 8 costumes you can unlock for Mio and her sister. The Xbox version then adds another 6 costumes on top of that. In the remake, Mio gets 10 bonus costumes, one of them being Mario, to go with Mayu's Luigi. The only way to play the game, let's be honest. 12. Mio was part of the Zero 4D attraction. a 3D interactive movie ride based on the same game. This short attraction was just shy of 10 minutes long and was an incredibly condensed retelling of the game in 3D. This attraction was available at a few parks around Japan and could be viewed for 600 yen. 13. In July 1988, Mio and her sister visit the forest they used to play in as children, after their mother hears that the area will soon disappear because of the Minakami Dam construction. However, they soon find themselves lost in it, and stumble upon the lost village itself, Minakami. The exact date for this is unknown, only that it happens in July. 14. As we learn during the game, despite Mio being the younger sister, by the laws of Minakami Village, she is considered to be the elder. This means it's up to her to strangle her sister to complete the Crimson Sacrifice ritual, and not the other way around, as you're led to believe at first. 15. 1 week later, Mio is found alone, collapsed in the forest. She is taken to the hospital, but they can't find anything wrong with her. Reports claim she is unable to speak due to extreme fatigue. 16. Fatal Frame 2 offers 4 endings. The Crimson Butterfly ending is considered to be canon thanks to Fatal Frame 3, and this is the one where Mio strangles her sister and then the mourners throw her into the abyss. Mio then follows a Crimson Butterfly, thought to be Mayu's spirit, outside. And as she later looks over the now finished dam, we can see a Crimson Butterfly mark on her throat. She has become a remaining. 17. In the Lingering Scent ending, Mio escapes right before the ritual is to take place, mirroring Sae and Yae all those years ago. Sae chases after her and Mio then wakes up in the forest where she was at the beginning of the game. Mayu's voice, combined with Sae's, can be heard in the background saying, "I'll wait forever." 18. In the Hellish Abyss ending, Mayu is possessed by Sae and attacks Mio. After defeating her, Mayu and Sae are separated and both fall into the abyss. Mio is able to save Mayu, but Sae falls into its depths. However, while holding onto her sister, Mio looks into the abyss and sees the horror it holds. The twins are later found unconscious in the woods, but Mio is now blind after what she saw. It ends with Mayu smiling, as now the tables have turned, and Mio must rely on her sister, and not the other way around. 19. In the Promise ending, which is only available on Xbox, Mio finds Mayu at the abyss, and then Yae's spirit splits from her body, reuniting her with Sae. The Kurosawa twins jump into the abyss, and Mio is able to save her sister. The pair then leave the village, promising to never part again. 20. In the remake, there are 2 new endings. The Frozen Butterfly ending sees the ritual basically reversed, with Mayu strangling Mio, and then somewhat turning her into a doll in the Kurosawa house. The Shadow Festival ending sees the repentance happen once again, as Mio and Mayu hug, remembering a festival they attended as children. They're then seen holding hands with their eyes closed, draped in a single kimono. 21. Mio shows up again briefly in Fatal Frame 3. Word on the streets is that she was going to be playable again, alongside Miku from the first game, but they quickly changed that to include her uncle, Kei, instead. Why? Well, apparently some people wanted a playable male character again. As such, Mio was shifted more to the background of the story while Kei did all the work. 22. The first thing we ever hear Mio say is calling out her sister's name, Mayu. And even though the dialogue changes and moves in the remake, this is still the first thing she says there too. 23. As such, it shouldn't be a surprise that when Mio is afflicted by the tattooed curse after the events of Fatal Frame 2, it's because of her struggle with losing her sister. Mio blames herself for Mayu's death, and it's this that makes her succumb to it. She finds herself dreaming of the village again and chasing butterflies there. And because the curse is infectious, she infects her uncle, Kei, who is looking after her. 24. After the events of Fatal Frame 3, Kei takes Mio to see Rei and Miku, marking the first time in the series that all of the lead characters have actually met and been in the same place at the same time. 25. And finally, although Mio was never given an official theme color like Miku, at least that I can find, we can see either way that it's brown. Both her clothes and hair are brown, and promotional images with her generally tend towards brown backgrounds as well. Even when she appears in other games, like Identity V, there's still plenty of brown around. And that is 25 facts about Amakura Mio, the main playable character from Fatal Frame 2. But what did you guys think of this one? Are there any other characters or games you'd like me to explore? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.